Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to the FCS Football channel. And today we have the Premier League fixture list, and we are going to go through the Manchester United fixtures for this season. Now, I might make another video at some point over the next couple of days going through the biggest games of the season, or that might be close to the start of the Premier League. But today we are just going to go through the Manchester United fixtures. So if you are ready for this, please do hit that like button below, subscribe if you are new, and let's get into it. So Manchester United get their season underway against Leeds United. Obviously, bitter rivals Leeds United. And we play them on the 14th of August. We played them at home, of course. Last season when we played Leeds at home, we did smash them 6-1. Next up, we then have Southampton away. I believe that was the game where we beat them 3-2 with Cavani coming on as a second half substitute and completely changing the game for us. And then we go to Wolves. What I would say about them first three games, they're all winnable games. And especially if we do get a player like a Jadon Sancho, we get in a DM, get in a centre-back, we should easily win them games. Easily. But what I fear is that we won't. And a team like Leeds, if they have a good start to the season, they get the players they need and they want, they're going to go up a level. Because a lot of their players, you'd imagine, are championship level. If they buy more players like that Rafinha, they will go up a level. So we have to sign correctly if we want to stay above Leeds United and beat them. We then go into September where we play Newcastle, West Ham and Aston Villa. Again, another three easy and winnable games. We should be looking to be taking, what, all 18 points from them first 6 games. It's non-negotiable. We should be getting 18 points from the first 6 games, no doubt in my mind. And that is what teams like Manchester City, like Liverpool, will be doing. We can't afford to have a slow start. We have to be going there, getting wins after wins after wins. And with full stadiums back, I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to get the pleasure and the privilege to have a slow start like he has last season and somewhat this season before that. We have to get off to a good start. And winning all 6 of those games is the perfect start and perfect way to do so. Moving into October is when it gets a little bit difficult. We then play Everton, Leicester, Liverpool and Tottenham in October. That is going to be a hard month. And it doesn't really get much easier than going into November where we play Man City, Watford, Chelsea and Arsenal. If we can get through October and November, we will be okay. That is where we play Leicester, Liverpool, Tottenham, Man City, Chelsea and Arsenal. So the 6 best teams in the Premier League apart from us. We get through October and November and we will be fine. If we can take a few points off of the likes of a Tottenham, a Liverpool, a Manchester City, brilliant. But just, I don't, realistically, obviously we want to win them games, but as long as you don't lose them, then we will be okay and we'll stay up there. Obviously we want to win them. But just make sure you don't lose. And stay in the hunt during October and November. Because like I said, that is where we're playing the best teams. That is where we're going to have the most difficulty. And if we keep on, I keep on harping on about, we have to win our first 9 games. If we do that, it might give us a little bit of leeway. And allow us to lose maybe a game against a Tottenham, for example. And rest a couple of players ahead of the Manchester City game. Luckily, there is a lot of space in between a lot of these games. Apart from, obviously, the Chelsea and Arsenal game. We've got 6 days between the Tottenham and Man City. We've got a week between Watford and Chelsea. Although, obviously, this is only Premier League. We're going to have some Champions League games thrown in there as well. Hopefully, we get an easy Champions League group. Again, allowing us to rotate a little bit in the Champions League. And then allowing us to play our full strength teams against the likes of a Manchester City, a Tottenham and a Liverpool. Obviously in November, as I mentioned, Man City, Watford, Chelsea and Arsenal. Arsenal is obviously on my birthday, so let's hope Man United don't let us all down and we don't lose on my birthday. Going into December, Crystal Palace, Norwich, Brentford, Brighton, Newcastle and Burnley. They're all very winnable games. Look, that is when the fixture lists do come congested. Obviously, we're playing games, 3 games in the space of a week. It's not going to be easy. But, look, we're playing Norwich. They're they're probably going to be lower down in the table. They usually are, well, they are a yo-yo club, aren't they? So we should beat them. Brentford just come up. Brighton, we don't know what type of team they're going to be. But we should have bigger and thicker squads than them. We should be able to use someone like a Van der Beek, who probably won't feature much again this year. Bring him in. Bring in a, Cavani or Martial up top, whichever one of them isn't starting week in, week out. Use a Rashford and a Dan James or a Mason Greenwood. And just risk, we do have good squad depth if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is daring enough to use it. Then after December, we obviously break into January when we play Wolves, Aston Villa and West Ham. Again, realistically, the aim should be to win all 3 games. If we want to be winning the Premier League, that is what we have to do. We have to be aiming to win every single one of them games. I think that it is achievable. Of course, it will be difficult, especially if we don't sign well. But look, we've beaten a lot of these teams this season. If we improve, we get a centre-back, we get a proper defensive midfielder, we do get Jadon Sancho, we will be better than this, than what we were this season. So I have faith that we can win all them games. And then the same kind of goes for February. Burnley, Southampton, Leeds and Watford. I expect to really be going out to try and win all them games and convincingly win them games and dominating those games. Again, it's just the case that we don't often do that. But look, again, Burnley, look, we imagine they're going to be lower down the table. Southampton, they could be anywhere. Leeds, yes, they're going to be better than they were last season, but are they going to be breaking into the top 6? I don't think so. And obviously Watford, they've just come up, so you expect to beat all the promoted clubs. March is when it gets very difficult. Manchester City, Tottenham and Liverpool in March. What on earth? That is going to be hard. But again, like I said about November and October time, you don't necessarily have to win all them games. If you are doing the business, you're beating the likes of Southampton, Leeds, Watford, you might get a little bit of leeway against the likes of Manchester City, Tottenham and Liverpool, where you don't have to necessarily win the game, but just don't lose. Or if you do lose, if you've won all the other games you expect to win and win comfortably, you'll be alright. And if let's say we beat Man City before in November, if we then lose to them in March, it just evens itself out. Obviously, we want to win all the games and every game, but I feel like in March, maybe you have to accept, well, we might not win this game, but we'll just make sure we don't lose and we keep in the fight for the Premier League title. Because in March, I think far too often we're not in a race. And, I mean, if we get past and we escape through November and December, we can get into the new year and we're in a title race. Come March, come April, we should be in a title race. And April, it gets a little bit easier. We play Leicester straight after Liverpool. We do have an international break in between, which is nice. But, look, games still come thick and fast. Then we have Everton, Norwich, Arsenal and Brentford. I think that's a decent run. I think Leicester and Everton will be difficult games. Everton won't be as bad as they were this year. Obviously, they will have a worse manager than Carlo Ancelotti, so it'll be an easier game for us. But look, Everton aren't a pushover. Neither are Leicester. Norwich will be a nice break between Everton and Arsenal. And then Brentford again, they've just got promoted. While there will be a good team, we should be able to beat them. And then the final games of the season is Brighton, Chelsea and Crystal Palace. Now, Chelsea, of course, will be a hard game. Chances are, and from going off of what has happened over the last 3 seasons, this game will probably not mean much. Chances are, we'll be in a title race and it will mean absolutely everything, or there'll be nothing to play for and this game will mean absolutely nothing. We still want to win it though. Thomas Tuchel will have a good side. He will have vastly improved this Chelsea side. Obviously, been given more time. They're already the Champions League winners. He's going to get a lot of money to spend this summer. So it'll be interesting to see how he got on in that game. But I do think, apart from that November and December period, the fixture list has been very kind to us. And I think we can go out there and we can get runs going, because you think about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he gets into runs and periods where he either can't stop winning or can't stop losing. And I think how the fixture list is set up, we can go on a run where we consistently beat the lower sides, and that's, for me, is how you win Premier League titles. You don't have to win against the big six to win a Premier League title. You just win every single game against the lower teams. And you don't make mistakes against the lower teams. You beat them. And if you draw against the big six, they're also losing points. So I think the fixture list has set up for a good season for us. It's whether or not we have the squad and we have a manager that believes in the squad enough to go out there and, well, win the league. But look, that is going to be it from me today. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. And I'll see you all in the next one in a bit. Peace.